Greetings, our biggest food dweller, cheers! Welcome back to Double. Last time, we had a lot of classroom lessons that explained a whole bunch of world building about, the BC and the particles and how it works, and I gotta say, I love it when writers just get so into, their world, and, I heard from GAs that they actually consulted physicists as to how, these particles would actually behave. And that just seems like some real dedication. I think that it's really amazing that they went so far with this, and why it's such a shame that practically nobody knows about this game. Oh, hello, Mr. Valdak. Welcome to the stream. So, what do you say? Let's continue our lesson, shall we? Route Before, Chapter 4. My god. The Route Before has more chapters, or we're getting to, the halfway point of it.
皆さん、今の授業で気になるところやわからない点があったら質問を受け付けるわよ。
Hello T, welcome to the stream. Class, if you got any questions about today's lecture, feel free to ask.
BC うんちくならいくらでも語ってあげるからね。
My vast stock of BC knowledge is always ready for open ears.
Vast stock of BC knowledge, huh? I usually ignore all that, but...
Feeling just a little more open to BC now. Tiko decided to ask a small question for once.
先生。
Professor?
あら、天川くん。質問とは珍しいわね。何?
Oh my, Mr. Tenkawa. How rare of you to ask a question. What is it?
そういえばさっき、近年になって BC の原理が続々解明されてきたってお話ししてましたけど。
I know you said that more and more BC discoveries have been made in recent years.
BC 大発現の以前にもテレパシーとかって存在してたわけですよね。
But telepathy and stuff existed even before the grand BC discovery, right?
その頃はテレパシーとかってどういう風に捉えられてたんでしょうか？
So, how was it all treated back in those days?
なるほど。私が幼い頃のお話ね。
I see. That dates back to when I was a child, in the 1990s.
そうね。まず、人間が素粒子を媒介に情報を直接脳でやり取りするなんて予想もされてなかったわ。
Let's see. Well, first of all, nobody even considered the possibility that humans could directly conduct brain-brain exchange of information through elementary particles.
でしょうね。情報の正体も分かってなかった時代の話だし。
I can imagine. That was before we even knew about the true form of information, after all.
でもひょっとしたら BC の存在自体はみんなおぼろげに感じ取っていたのかもしれないわよ。
But it's possible that everyone vaguely perceives the existence of BC itself, though.
それまで人の雰囲気とかオーラと呼ばれていたもの。これは固有の波形のことを指していたのかもね。
What had been previously labeled as a person's atmosphere or aura was likely their characteristic brain waveform in actuality. And it was born in 2006. Oh, come on! Hello, Devon Fiegel. Welcome to the stream. As my midlife crisis continues. No, wait, I'm still too young for a midlife crisis, goddammit. I'm in my motherfucking 30s.
そういう考え方もあるのか。
Huh. So that way of thinking existed back then, too.
Right after Natsuko spoke, Salyu cut into the conversation.
エナ、コミュニケーター以外がテレパシーなどを使った例は過去にはあるの？
Anna, She's calling the teacher by her first name. Oh god. No. No, sorry, Vegas. No. I'm not the boomers. I can't be. It's impossible. No. Anna, have non-communicators ever used telepathy in the past? Anna was taken aback by a student calling her just by her first name, but she still answered in good humor.
いい質問ね、佐野宮さん。ごく少ないけれど、状況によってはあり得るわ。
A very good question, Miss Sanomiya. It's quite rare, but it is possible depending on the situation.
例えば、いわゆる虫の知らせ。人が亡くなった瞬間を離れた場所にいる親族がなぜか察するっていうあの現象。
For example, there's the so-called premonition, like that phenomenon when someone dies that causes their family to somehow sense it from far away.
あれは生命の危機に瀕した人の脳機能が生存本能により一時的に高まり、BC レセプターをも活動させ。
What happens is that on the verge of death, survival instincts kick in, giving a temporary surge of brain functionality, which of course includes the BC receptor as well. And then witness to the end hears it.
テレパシーが発現して親族と通信する現象だという見方が強いの。いわば人生一度きり、最初で最後のテレパシーね。
The prevailing viewpoint is that the brain then transmits telepathy to the person's family. In other words, it's the person's first and last use of telepathy in their life.
なるほど。興味深い。
I see. Very interesting. Mashiro then added even more to the conversation.
じゃあ先生、そういう昔はオカルトって思われてたことも BC の一種として説明できたりしちゃうんですか？
So Miss Anna, does that mean that things once considered occult in the past can be explained as a sort of BC?
その通り。だから超心理学は面白いのよ。諸々の不思議な出来事を科学的に解明する学問でもあるからね。
That's what makes parapsychology so interesting. It's a field that scientifically elucidates all kinds of mysterious phenomena.
BC 粒子が発見されてからというもの、もはやあらゆるオカルト現象は科学の対象になったと言っても過言ではないわ。
It's no exaggeration to say that with the discovery of BC particles, every sort of occultic phenomena you can think of has become the target of scientific research. Ghost hunters got a big surge in ratings.
極端な話、幽霊もひょっとしたら BC の一種ではなんて考えさえあるのよ。
In an extreme example, some people are even considering the possibility that ghosts just might be another type of BC.
え？幽霊が？
Huh? Ghosts?
そうよ。さっき死に瀕した人はコミュニケーターじゃなくてもテレパシーを発現しうるって話をしたわよね。
We remember how I said the people on the verge of death has expressed telepathy even without being communicators.
そしてテレパシーによって発生した BC のエネルギーは発生と同時に減衰し始めるけれどすぐゼロになるわけではないわ。
A BC energy created by telepathy starts decaying after its sent, but it's not like it fades to zero immediately. Oh my god. So G-Ace has pointed out that in an interview, Anna's voice actor thought the teaching scenes were exhausting because of all the dialogue. Like, that just, you know what that makes me think of? Neon and Shion's voice actor when recording Mayakashi. Like, how exhausted they must have been, considering they were practically carrying that entire thing. That is insanitary. But oh my god, well, she did a great job, I think.
つまり超強力なテレパシーは対象者がいようがいまいがしばらくその場にとどまりうる。 するとどうなるかしら。
So, in other words, with or without a target, extraordinarily strong beastie can remain in place for a while, which means...
その人の死に場所に行くと生前の声が聞こえちゃうとか？
if you go to that person's place of death, you can hear their voice from when they were alive.
そうそう、裏飯屋とかね。
Exactly, like curse you and such.
しかも BC なら感情も伝わるから恨めしいと思う気持ちも一緒に伝わったりして。
Furthermore, since BC can also express emotions, the bitterness that person felt at death could accompany their voice.
それは恐怖。
That's frightening.
でもある意味では死んだ人の思いはこの世に残るってことですね。
But, that also means that the feelings of the dead remain in this world, doesn't it?
ロマンチックね、トバさん。でも実際その通りかもしれないわよ。
It sure is romantic, isn't it, Miss Toba? But that actually might be the case. That is a very lovely, sweet thought.
魂や思考や記憶がエネルギーとして実在するならば、死者の思いが現世に残るのもむしろ当然のことだものね。
If your thoughts, memories, and spirit all exist as energy, then it's only natural for your feelings to remain in the world of the living after death, isn't it? Anna and Mashiro smiled at each other.
Geez, these two really like that sort of stuff, don't they?
Yes, we do. I do too. God, wow. I want to study with you. As Natsuko mulled over the content of their conversation, break time came to an end. Path to enlightenment. And thus began the second hour of class. Anna explained the next topic to the students.
さて皆さん、次の時間ではエンパシーについて練習してみましょう。
Oh wow, Guppy Force, I love that too. I wonder, do you like SCP as well? Cause that's, I don't know, cause they do that a lot in SCP. Now then, class, let's practice empathy for the next hour.
エンパシーは他人の心を読む能力。これこそ BC の真髄よね。
Oh, and by the way, Guppy Force, welcome to the stream. Empathy is the ability to read other people's minds. It's quintessential to BC.
と言っても、このクラスにはまだエンパシーを使える人はいないわね。
That said, there's nobody in the class that can use empathy yet, is there? After seeing the students meekly shake their heads, Anna continued.
確かにエンパシーはテレパシーより数段難しいです。原理はテレパシーとそっくりなんだけどね。
Wait, well, did you see that there's like a new SCP type thing going around the internet called the Backrooms? I saw that. I think it's pretty cool. Indeed, empathy is several times more difficult than telepathy, even though the underlying theory is pretty much the same. Anna tampered with the computer as she spoke, causing text to appear on the screen.
まずテレパシーと同じ要領で送信相手の固有脳波形を感知し、自分の脳と送信相手の脳を接続します。
You start out with the same trick you use for telepathy. That is, you perceive the target's characteristic brain waveform and establish a brain-brain connection.
この接続時、送信相手もまたごくわずかな情報エネルギーを発しています。コミュニケーターか否かにかかわらず。
And during this connection,
Your target will emit trace amounts of information energy, regardless of whether they're a communicator or not.
思考によって自然発生するエネルギー、固有の波形よりさらに微細で複雑なもの。
Thinking naturally causes you to emit energy. It's even less energy than the characteristic brain waveform, and it's quite complicated.
それを熟練したコミュニケーターは感知できてしまうのです。
But experienced communicators are able to perceive it.
そしてコミュニケーターはその感知した情報エネルギーを脳内で分析します。
The communicator mentally analyzes the perceived information energy.
分析に成功すれば自らの聴覚野に錯覚が起き、脳内に相手の心の声が響きます。
If they successfully analyze it, an auditory hallucination occurs in their auditory cortex, and they hear the target's mental voice.
以上3ステップ、これがエンパシーの発現プロセスよ。
I wonder, is it possible to disguise your mental voice? Or even use a different mental voice? Like, what does someone's mental voice sound like if projected out loud? Because I know, like, I don't know. Over time, if you use certain voices, you can get your own mental voice to change. I do know that's true. And that is the 3-step process to expressing empathy. Upon hearing your explanation,
なるほど。でも言うだけなら簡単っぽいんですが。
I see. It's easier to understand when you see it like that, but it's easier said than done. One student spoke up first. The other students nodded in agreement.
そうね。実現が難しそうってのは私にもわかるわ。
True. I know it's a lot harder than it sounds too.
電話に例えるなら、電話相手が普通なら絶対聞き取れないような小さな声で喋っているようなものだもの。
In terms of a phone call, it's as if the other side is talking quietly to ensure you normally wouldn't hear them.
普通の会話でもそうね。人に話しかけるのはその気になればできるけど、人から話を聞き出すのは難しいものだし。
It's the same with normal conversation. You can try talking to someone whenever you want, but sometimes it's hard to get someone else to start talking. Anna smiled a little awkwardly as she continued.
でも、いずれにせよ忘れてはいけないのは、エンパシーを使うにはもう一つ大切な原則があるってこと。
But in any case, there's one important principle you must never forget when using empathy.
それは、対象者が心を開いていなければならないということよ。
That is, your target absolutely must open their heart to you.
Oh, what romantic jibber jabber! Shut up! Yes, Miss Anna.
相手が心を開いていないのにエンパシーを使うと、心の声にはノイズがかかってしまいます。
If you try to use empathy on the target who has not opened their heart, their mental voice will be plagued with noise. You will live and learn, fighting on the edge of tomorrow and may have to escape from the city.
2つの脳が接続されたとき、送信相手の脳が本能的に危険を察知して思考を読ませまいというふうに働くのね。
When two brains connect, the target's brain instinctively senses danger and actively works to combat having its thoughts read.
その自己防衛的機能がノイズという形になって現れるのです。
That self-defense mechanism manifests in the form of noise.
だからエンパシーを使いたいときは、まず相手に心を読んでいいですよと思ってもらうことね。
Which is why when you use empathy, You must first get your target to think it's okay for you to read their mind.
そうしなければ仮にエンパシーが発動しても相手の心の声はまともに聞こえやしないわ。
I suppose that's a big relief that you can't exactly read someone's mind non-consensually. That's nice. Otherwise, even if you do invoke empathy, you won't be able to properly hear your target's mental voice.
なるほどですね。でもどうしてそんな防衛機能が人間の脳には備えられているんですか？
I see. But, why are human brains equipped with that sort of defense mechanism? Upon hearing Mashiro's question, Anna grinned and replied, "Oh, I've been waiting to talk about these things. Thank you, Mashiro." No problem, Miss Anna.
わかりません。
No idea.
あら、わからないって。
Huh? Oh, what do you mean?
BC の研究は発展途上でね。諸説あるけど結論は出ていないのよ。
BC theory is still under development, you see. There are various theories, but nothing conclusive yet.
例えば人が他者に対して不快感を覚えると脳内で思考が荒れてそれがノイズになるという説から。
For example, one theory states that when people feel uncomfortable about someone else, their thoughts begin to run wild, and that's what causes the noise.
果ては大昔からコミュニケーターは存在していてコミュニケーターではない人々が身を守るために得た機能だという説まで。
One theory even states that communicators have existed for ages, and the noise is a defense mechanism acquired by non-communicators to protect themselves from them.
いろんな説があるけれど今のところは謎なの。とりあえずそういうものだと思ってた方がいいと思うわ。
There are many theories, but for the time being, it's a mystery. For now, I believe it's fine to just accept it as a fact of life.
まあもしこの防衛本能がなかったらエンパシーっていう能力は本当に危険視されていたでしょうけどね。
But still, if it weren't for this defense mechanism, empathy would be regarded as a really dangerous ability, wouldn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I say having other people experience emotions that you tell them to is pretty dangerous on its own.
A faint shadow casted over Anna's face as she said this. That's when Salyu suddenly spoke up.
この学校にはエンパシーを使える生徒はいるの？
Are there any students in the school who can use empathy?
ええ、初等部から高等部まで数名ずつね。
Hello, Burncastle. Welcome to the stream. Huh? Yes, indeed. There are quite a few scattered from the elementary campus, all the way through the high school campus.
だからエンパシーがすごく難しい能力だとしても決して夢物語というわけではないのよ。
So, even if empathy seems extremely difficult to use, it's by no means a mere pipe dream for you kids. And if you can use it, you get an automatic A!
ちなみにエンパシーを使えるようになれば能力レベルは無条件で4以上に認定されるからね。
Okay, away. I'm super glad your internet's back. Welcome to the stream. By the way, if you become able to use empathy, you are awarded ability level 4 certification or higher unconditionally. That is your grand prize.
Whoa!
Whoa! The students got excited at those words. In this school, students with high BC ability levels were treated preferentially. Ability level 4 and 5 students in particular received special privileges such as tuition waivers and scholarships Jesus, Louises Creases! Oh my god! They even received recommendations to major in parapsychology in top colleges. Whoa! I am shocked that the military hasn't gotten all over this. You could easily use this to create super soldiers. Furthermore, students who can use empathy gain the respect of other students with that feat alone.
I'm sure at an ordinary school being able to read minds would get you beat up and ostracized. But that was far from the case at Rokame Academy.
Rokame Academy severely punished any instance of discrimination against empaths. Hell the fuck yeah! Since the school's original intent was to provide communicators protection against discrimination, that rule was strictly enforced.
というわけで皆さん目標は大きく持ってね。頑張る価値はきっとあるから。
That said, that's a huge landmark for everyone to aim for. I'm sure it's worth giving it your best shot. Yes, ma'am!
Yes, ma'am!
もちろんテレパシーができない人はその練習をしてていいわ。それぞれ自分のレベルに合わせて訓練するのよ。
Of course, those of you who can't do telepathy can continue practicing that. Practice according to your own levels.
それでは皆さん隣の人と組んで実習開始。
Now then, class, team up with your neighbor and commence practice. Alon Z! With Anna's energetic command, the students all began working at once. Mashiro looked around the noisy classroom and spoke confidently.
よーし、今度は私のトレーニングタイムだね。
Alrighty then! It's training time for me now!
マシロ、エンパシーの練習をするの？
Mashiro, are you gonna practice empathy?
うん。私テレパシーは使えてもエンパシーはさっぱりだからさ。
Yeah! Hell yeah, the fuck yeah! Oh my god, could you imagine me with those fabulous prizes? Ability level 4 certification! Even though I can use telepathy, I can't use empathy at all.
天川博士から聞いてない？
Did Dr. Tenkawa not tell you?
そういえば聞いてた。二人の能力レベルについては。
That's right. She did tell me about your and Natsuhiko's ability levels.
マシロは能力レベル3で、夏彦は能力レベル0だと。
Mashiro's ability level 3. And Natsuhiko's ability level 0.
Hey, you don't have to say it like that.
Say it like what?
Oh.
母さん、そんな余計なことを吹き込んだのか。
Oh. Did Mom really have to say all that?
Yes, she said it with even like a giggle. Like she was saying, and Natsuhiko has ability level 0. With that kind of laugh and everything.
Oh, yes, she would.
Natsuhiko let out a Ability level was a measurement of how much practical control one had over BC. In other words, it was sort of measurement of one's own worth. There were 6 levels in total from 0 to 5. I see. There's probably like secret ability levels above 5. Level 0 cannot use. Level 1 can use very short range. Level 2 can use short range. Level 3 can use long range. Level 4 can use long range and very short range empathy. Can use very long range telepathy and short range empathy. The level divisions were roughly as shown above, omitting a few particulars. At ability level 3, Mashiro was a communicator capable of long range telepathy. In other words, she was just one step away from being able to use empathy.
それじゃあ1時間目は2人に付き合ったんだからこの時間は私にこってり付き合ってもらうよ。
Now then, since I helped you guys out for the first hour, this time you help me out, okay?
よし、いいだろう。
Okay, sounds fair enough.
了解した。
Roger.
最初は夏彦の心からだね。読ませてもらっていいかな？
Let's start off with Natsuko. May I read your mind?
いいよ。読めるものならよ。
Once Natsuko gave his consent, Mashiro went right up into his face.
近すぎないか？
A little.
使いやすいんだから。
Sorry, but BC is just easier the closer you are to your target. Focusing. Mashiro closed her eyes and said no more. Certainly enough, the energy of the BC particles used in BC transmissions would decrease proportionally to the distance between the Esper and the target. Naturama, since Mashiro was a beginner to empathy, it would only make sense for her to get right up close to Natsuko, but... God damn it, where were you at? Oh god. God, why does this happen? Hello? Where did you leave off? Where did we leave off? Goddamn fucking internet. Bullshit OBS. Okay, here. Natsuko.
いいよ。読めるものなら
Oh, we can
読
do
む
that
よ。
thing like we did in Umineko. Awesome.
Sure, if you can.
Once Natsuko gave his consent, Mashiro went right into his face.
近すぎないか？
A little too close for comfort, don't you think?
Not nearly close enough.
What?
Nothing. I'm just focusing on empathy.
仕方ないでしょ。BC は対象者が近いほど使いやすいんだから。
Sorry, but BC is just easier the closer you are to your target. Mashiro closed her eyes and said no more. Certainly enough, the energy of the BC particles used in BC transmissions would decrease proportionally to the distance between the Esper and the target. Naturally, since Mashiro was a beginner to empathy, it would only make sense for her to get right up close to Natsuko, but...
Oh, this feels so awkward.
Natsuko got uncomfortable as he followed Mashiro's lead and closed his eyes too. And then they kissed.
夏彦、心開いてる？
Natsuko, are you opening your heart?
Oh, yes, live and learn on the edge of tomorrow. From the works of yesterday.
Mashiro spoke from right in front of him. Natsuko whispered in reply.
開いてるよ。多分。
Yes, probably.
そう？全然心の声が聞こえないんだけど。もっと心開いて。
You sure? I can't hear your mental voice at all, though. Open up some more.
そんなこと言ったってな。どうすりゃいいんだか。
Easier said than done. How am I supposed to do that?
難しく考えなくていいと思うよ。私に対し親密な気分でいればいいんだから。
No need to think too hard about it. Just try to get into a friendly mood with me.
Are you sure this is just for school practice and not using it for your own benefit?
Just do it!
そしてこう集中して何かわかりやすい言葉を念じてみて。
And then focus on some easy to understand words. I know that, Cheers.
I know that's the Open Your Heart was from Adventure 1. It's just, I don't remember the lyrics from Open Your Heart.
わかった
Okay.
Natsuko drove out all thoughts of embarrassment as he tried to focus.
I'm really hungry. The second hour is really too long to bear. I'm hungry, so damn hungry!
That moment, Natsuko noticed Mashiro's body twitch.
聞こえた
I heard it!
何
What?
Oh my god! My power has grown evermore! Natsuko opened his eyes in surprise. Staring right at him was Mashiro's overly confident face.
夏彦の心の声が魂の叫びが聞こえたよ
Yes! I heard your mental voice! The cries of your spirit!
なんて聞こえたんだ
What did you hear?
真っ白ってほんと可愛い
I knew it! Mashiro's so gosh darn cute! God, I want to make out with him for 5 hours! If only I could open my own heart!
なトレーニングのためとはいえ真っ白とこんなに接近できるなんて役得だぜ
Yes! I know it's just for training, but I'm so blessed to just be able to be this close to her!
残念不正解一文字も合ってない
I'm sorry, but that's incorrect. Not a single part of that was right.
Natsuko stared coldly at Mashiro as she sputtered off lines far detached from reality.
ひどいや夏彦もう少し乗ってくれても
Oh, you're so mean, Natsuko! You could at least play along a little! Gosh darn it, someday I will get through to you. Not even if it takes 1 billion years!
だってお前いつものことだろ
But you're always like that, you know?
It was almost a habit for Mashiro to screw around during empathy practice. Gee, I wonder why! I wonder why I do this all the time! Mashiro had ranked the aptitude. With a value that high, it wouldn't be strange at all for her to have eventually gained the use of empathy. She remained at ability level 3 for the past few years. And yet she never took practice seriously.
そんなんだからいつまで経ってもエンパシーが身につかないんだよ
And that's why you'll never acquire empathy at this rate.
能力レベル0の夏彦に言われたくないよなんだ夏彦とはきっと相性が悪いんだい
I don't want to hear that from you, Mr. Level 0! I bet we just lack affinity, that's all.
それじゃあサリュー練習に付き合ってくれる
Okay then, Salyu, will you help me practice?
わかった
Okay. Mashiro got close to Salyu and closed her eyes.
Is Salyu opening her heart?
Natsuko watched and made a breath. And eventually Mashiro opened her eyes wide.
聞こえたサリューの声がお腹減ったって
Oh my god! I heard Salyu's voice! She said I'm hungry!
No, wait, that was mine! Which means... Salyu?
Don't you dare say a single word.
正解
Correct.
おい真っ白それはエンパシーを使わなくてもわかるっていうかさっき言ってたぞ
Hey, Mashiro, you can tell that even without using empathy. I mean, she said so herself a few minutes ago.
何さ文句が多いな夏彦は
God, I love Mashiro so much! Gee, you sure are full of complaints today, huh, Natsuko? Oh, God. Yes, Chase, and thus Mashiro began masterminding the whole Lavo incident in order to get herself trapped with Natsuko, so he'd fall in love with her. Yeah, Mashiro watches way too many Hollywood action films. Oh my god! Mashiro, you're the best!
そんな問題じゃなくてだな
That's not the problem here.
Natsuko and Mashiro's voices filled the PC. They spent some more time practicing, but in the end, Mashiro didn't come up with any results at all. Eventually, Enna spoke up near the end of class.
鳥羽さん、エンパシーのコツ少しは見えてきたかしら。
Miss Toba, did you figure out any of the tricks to using empathy?
全然見えません。
Not at all! Voices saying same here popped up all across the classroom.
いや、気を落とすことはないわよ。超絶的に難しい技術だと私も思うもの。
No, it's nothing to be disheartened about. I think it's a transcendentally difficult technique, though.
どうすれば身につくんでしょうね。
Huh! So how exactly do we go about acquiring it?
そうね。先生はコミュニケーターじゃないから技術的なアドバイスはできそうにないのだけど。
Well, how indeed. I'm not a communicator, so I don't believe I can give you any practical advice, but...
何でもとある研究者の発表によると BC の能力開発については当人の意思がかなり重要になるという話だわ。
From what I've heard, according to a certain researcher, your intention is quite important when turning on BC ability potential. Huh? But my intention is just pure of heart!
Seriously? Your heart is about as pure as milk.
意志？
Intention?
そう。テレパシーの使用については他者に自分の気持ちを伝えたいと思う意思。
Yes. When using telepathy, your intention is that you want to tell someone else your feelings. Oh my god! But how could I ever tell Natsuko my secret feelings that he totally has no idea about? I could never do such a thing!
Really? Are you really sure?
エンパシーの使用については他者の気持ちを知りたいと思う意思。
When using empathy, your intention is that you want to know someone else's feelings. Ah! Oh, that's even worse! Oh god! How could I ever... Oh god! I'd rather be ignorant forever than know if Natsuko likes me or not!
単純な精神論のようだけどこれが非常に大切らしいのよ。
After all, I'm already down a few points. Cause I'm the freaking childhood friend and they never win. It may seem like a simple mental theory, but it's actually quite important.
何しろ脳で行うコミュニケーションですもの。そういう意思が重要になるのは無論のことよね。
BC is after all communication using the brain. So the importance of that intention is only natural, isn't it?
わかる気がします。
Yeah, I think I understand. Natsuko also felt like he understood. After all, if that were indeed the case, it would only be obvious that someone as disinterested in BC as Natsuko would be unable to even use telepathy. But then he thought about the accident several days ago, and he tried to warn Mashiro with all his heart to get away from the car. See, Natsuko, it's all about your true feelings! I just think, GS, that there's a lot more opportunity for Mashiro points than Yuri and Salyu, honestly. Because so far, Route B seems a lot nicer with the enneagram decisions, in that by far most of them are just with one single person, so it's super easy to get people's points a lot of times. Whereas in Route A, a lot of the decision points had just like, had multiple people in them. Most of them, if not all of them, did. But then he thought about the accident several days ago, and he tried to warn Mashiro with all his heart to get away from the car.
Maybe that's why I was only able to use telepathy that one time. Oh god, does that mean I truly like Mashiro? Oh my god, really?
Did you say something, Natsuko?
Oh, no. You're bothering me.
Oh!
God, no. Oh my god. Yeah, I do I? Better put this out of my mind. Compartmentalize it. There we go.
Anna continued as Natsuko pondered to himself.
いわば BC は意思を伝え合う技術であり、心を通わせるための能力とも言えるわ。
In essence, BC can be called a technique meant to exchange ideas and intentions. An ability meant to reach out and establish bonds with people. Exactly, Guppy Force. It means his powers will only increase if he falls in love with her. Exactly. Oh my god, we're just like a pair of new types!
Mashiro, I only wish I knew what that meant. And you know what? I take it back, I don't.
Oh no, but they always died! Like Shar and Lola soon! Oh crap.
誰かに本当に気持ちを伝えたくなった時、誰かの心を知りたいと思った時、あなたたちの能力も花開くのかもしれない。
And when you truly want to convey your feelings to someone, when you truly want to know what's in their heart, perhaps then that's when your abilities will bloom. Oh my god, that's so romantic!
Just a bunch of poppycock.
And that's why you're still at level friggin' 0! Natsuko!
みんな程度の差はあれど、適正度は優れているはずだもの。あとはきっと心の問題なの。
Okay. I'll see you later. Thanks for coming by. Everyone might have varying aptitude ranks, but you all should have what it takes. All that's left is likely a problem of mind over matter.
だから希望を捨てず、訓練に邁進してみてね。
So don't lose hope. Keep practicing, okay? Yes. Oh my god, Jace. If it ends like that, it'll be tied with Yumineko. If we get another Sekiha Love Tengyuken with Mashiro and Natsuhiko, seriously, against a giant like BC monster, like freaking basically the end of Tales of Arise, like, oh my god. It'll tie Yumineko for me if they do that. That would be like the absolute peak. Fucking hell. And I finished speaking right as the bell rang.
はい。それじゃ今日の実習は終わり。皆さん、2時間お疲れ様でした。
Okay, that's the end of today's practice. Thanks for the good 2-hour block period. A woman from Sirius. Oh my god! Class ended and thus lunch break began. Natsuko left the classroom and made the arduous journey through the whirlpool of telepathy.
中田さん、俺はようやく覚悟を決めました。
Miss Munakata, I gave it a lot of thought and finally made up my mind.
Huh?
いろいろ考えたんだけど、やっぱり会って直接話したいと思います。
Oh, what in the world is going on this time? Can they just...
Shh! Natsuko! This is the best part! All things considered,
I decided that I really do need to talk to you face to face after all.
Oh my god, how romantic!
good. Maybe they can finally stop using the public channel. Will you come to the roof after school?
Oh my god! Oh my god, I gotta see how this ends!
Come on, Mashiro.
そうそれでいいの
Okay, that's all I ask for. Ah, the drama!
テレパシー通じてあんたの思いは十分伝わったから話すこともないかもしれないけど
You've conveyed your feelings well enough through telepathy, so there might not be much left to talk about. Oh my god! Ah!
それでもやっぱり直接会わなきゃね
Oh, for the love of...
But still, we really do need to meet face to face.
Yeah.
私もこれだけ全校生徒に事の顛末知られたらもう怖いものはないわ
Now that the whole school knows about our situation, there's nothing left to fear at all.
逃げたりしないでちゃんと屋上に行ってあげる
I promise I'll come to the roof for you. So don't you dare run away.
それで OK するかどうかは別問題だけど放課後楽しみにしてるわじゃあね
Well, whether I say okay or not is a different story. I look forward to seeing you after school. Bye. Oh my god! Natsuhiko! We gotta see the climax of the story! If I don't know how this ends, I'll never forgive myself!
Calm down, Mashiro.
はい
Okay.
おお甘酸っぱいな
Whoa, how bittersweet.
青春だな
That's youth for you.
俺らも野球なんてやってる場合じゃねえな
Why are we even bothering with baseball at a time like this?
しかし紅崎よどうやら俺たちには思考性テレパシーはまだ無理らしいな
Man, Benizaki, I guess we're still incapable of directional telepathy.
そうだなどうするシン放課後の時間がぽっかり空いちまったぞ
Yeah, what do you want to do, Shin? Completely open after school.
屋上で誰かが誰か
Okay, now this is frickin' boring. Come on, Yuto.
冷やかし
Just talk normally!
Looks like there's gonna be a love confession on the roof. Wanna go mess with them?
Don't you dare!
お前このバカタレ人の恋路を邪魔するなよ
Hey, you idiot! Don't you dare get in the way of love!
Hell yeah!
冗談だよまあせっかくだしその誰かが安心して告白できる手助けをしよう
I was joking. Well, might as well do something. So don't we help him so he can confess calmly?
Oh my god, this is amazing! This is like the part in the anime when the guy who have to wake up the courage and all his friends gather and do some crazy funny shit in the background that only makes him more nervous. And in the end it all falls apart comically. But in the end, at the very last part of the episode, he confesses to her. Ah!
野獣馬が集まらないよう警備するとかな
You can ward off any curious onlookers or something.
そりゃいいなおいなんで俺たちこんな話までテレパシーで話してるんだ
That sounds good. Wait, why are we still talking about this with telepathy? Finally, you two!
あまずいな癖になっちまったようだ
Oh, crap. Looks like it's become a bad habit of mine.
Hello everybody エンジェル神谷とザ・コミュニケーターズです
Hello, everybody! We are Angel Kamiya and the Communicators.
宗像ちゃんと奈良くんの劇場型恋愛みんな固唾を飲んで見守っていることだろう
Yes!
I bet everyone's dying to see the exciting conclusion of the storybook romance of Miss Munakata and Mr. Nameless.
そこで二人の前途を祝福し我が軽音部から一曲送らせてもらおうと
Oh
思
my
う
god, this is amazing!
So to send them our blessings, we here at the Light Music Club would like to play one of our songs.
それではお聴きください Myself Yourself
Please give a listen to Myself Yourself.
それお前らの曲じゃねえだろが
That's not even your song!
たまにはオリジナルやりやがれ
Try to play an original song for once.
バンド名がダセえんだよ
Your band name sucks.
俺は良かれと思って
But I think it's a good name. Oh, for the love of...
Natsuko ignored the commotion in his head and muttered,
やれやれ、今日も無駄骨だったか。
Oh, yare yare. Another complete waste of time today.
同
agreed.
意。まあまあ、日々の地道な修練がやがて実を結ぶんだって。
No, no, slow and steady wins the race.
そんなものかね。まあ、最後の話はちょっと興味深かったけどさ。
Does it now? Well, I do admit the last part of the discussion was also kind of interesting.
When Natsuko shrugged his shoulders, Salyu tugged at his sleeve and implored him.
それより早く食事にしよう。昼休みは無限にはない。
More importantly, let's eat already. We don't have infinite lunchtime.
そうだね。3人で一緒に浴場でご飯食べようか。
True! How we will we all eat together on top of the roof!
じゃあその前に購買に寄っていこう。
Let's go buy food first.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! I can't wait to say the exciting conclusion! I had no idea about that before y'all pointed out to me the other day that Hitomi, the Japanese voice of Hitomi in AI, is voiced by Sayaka Ohara. That's amazing. The three of them made their way, making their way up to the roof. They stopped up on baked goods and started heading for the roof. Natsuko bought a katsu sandwich and yakisoba bread. Yakisoba pun! Oh my god! Someone hide it! From, freaking, the guy from 13 Sentinels. Mashiro brought a sandwich, donut, waffle, and pudding. As for Salyu...
Gee, Mashiro, you think you have enough food?
Shut up! She bought 7 varieties of bread in total.
サリュー、ずいぶん買ったね。
Salyu, you sure bought a lot, huh? Look who's talking.
どれが美味しいのかわからなかったから、いろいろ試してみようと思った。
Because I wasn't sure which ones would taste good. So I wanted to try variety.
決して食欲に任せてのことではない。味に対する探求心。
I definitely did not give in to gluttony. Just curious how they taste.
まあそういうことにしておこうか。
Huh. Well, okay, let's leave it at that. Come on, we're gonna miss it! Mashiro and Natsuko looked at each other and smiled wryly.
That's obviously not the case since she kept saying how hungry she was a while ago.
Perhaps Salyu was ashamed of her own gluttony.
でも、真白も人のことは言えない。そんな甘そうな食物ばかり大量に買って。
But you're not one to talk, Mashiro. All you bought was tons of sweet-looking foods. I have the metabolism of a frickin' cheetah!
そうだよな。こいつも意外によく食べるんだ。
That's true, this girl here can eat a lot more than you'd expect.
ドーナツかワッフルか、どっちかにしといた方が良かったんじゃないか。
Would it have hurt to choose between either the donut or the waffle?
いいのいいの。私は体質的に太らないようにできてんだから。
Don't worry, I'm an anime character! My body's built not to get fat no matter how much I eat. Unless I eat a giant amount of food all at once, then I get really fat for approximately like freaking 2 hours, and then my body goes back to normal. And then they were having that conversation. They reached a turn in the hallway when suddenly... Oh my god! Hello there! Oh my god, Jude! Feels like you're from a different game almost. Mashiro ended up tumbling down. She apparently ran into a woman on the other side of the turn.
ありゃりゃ、大丈夫？
Oh boy. Y'all okay? The woman that bumped into Mashiro reached out her hand.
ごめんごめん、よそ見しちゃってたよ。立てる？
Oh, my bad, my bad. I wasn't looking. Can y'all stand?
はい、平気です。
Yes, I'm fine.
こっちもよそ見してましたし。あれ
I wasn't looking where it was going either. Wait, huh? What's with the orange jumpsuit? Mashiro exclaimed in surprise as she got up.
もしかしてこの間の
Aunt Joe!
どこかで会ったっけ？
Huh? Haven't we met somewhere?
マシロ知ってる人か？
Mashiro, do you know her?
いやほら、あの時の事故現場で。
We were all at the scene of the accident, remember? Those words jogged Natsuko's memory.
あ、ひょっとして。
Huh. So you must be.
The rescue worker that responded to the traffic accident 3 days ago.
安心しなって、私たちが来たからにはね。
Relax, sugar. We're on the scene.
That's her.
Said rescue worker raised her voice as if she too had just remembered.
ああ、あの事故の時通報してくれた子たちだね。
Ah! You're the kids who reported the accident, aren't y'all?
え、覚えててくれたんですか？嬉しいな。
You remember? I'm touched!
嬉しいって？
Huh? Touched?
救助の様子見てて一発でファンになっちゃったんですよ。すごくかっこよかったです。
The first time I saw your rescue work in action, I became an instant fan! You were so awesome! And you look cute too! That seriously takes some work!
そんないいもんじゃないよ。先月配属されたばっかりでね。
Oh, it's not that big a deal, sugar. I was only assigned to the squad last month.
そうなんですか？
Is that so?
いやでもむしろすごいですよ。配属したてであんなあっという間の救出劇をやっちゃうなんて。
But still, that's all the more awesome! Just a short time after you got assigned, you're already doing dramatic rescues! The worker blushed as Mashiro showered her with praise.
褒められるためにこの仕事してるわけじゃないけど、やっぱ嬉しいもんだね。
Oh, shucks. It's not like I do it for the praise, but I really do appreciate it. Seeing that smile gave Natsuko an impression.
I see. Yes, she genuinely likes helping people out.
He thought it made her a noble person, but it also made him feel like a commoner in comparison. Mashiro, on the other hand, seemed to take a liking to her. She cheerfully introduced herself.
私、鳥羽真白って言います。こっちは友達の。
Pleased to meet ya. I'm Mashiro Toba, and these are my friends.
どうも、天川夏彦です。
Hello, I'm Natsuko Tenkawa.
三宮、ルイーズ・ユイ。
Louise Yui Sanamiya.
ハーフなの？さすが噂の六名学園。国際的なんだね。
Huh? Oh, y'all are half Japanese. Guess I should have expected the fabled Rokume Academy to be international to boot.
ちなみに私は森部純。純でいいよ。
By the way, I'm June Maribe. Call me June.
はい、よろしくです、純さん。
Okay, nice to meet you, June.
それにしても、この間はレスキュー隊が来てくれるとは思いませんでしたよ。
Still, I didn't expect them to send you in a rescue team for an accident like that.
そういえば確かに。普通、もっと大掛かりな災害の時とかに出動するんじゃ。
Yeah, you're right. Thought you usually mobilize for more large-scale disasters like if Labo was gonna blow up.
いやー、あの日はたまたま別件であの近くに出場かかっててさ、その帰りに連絡を受けて、あの現場に急行したんだ。
Well, the thing is, we just happened to be deployed on a different case nearby that day. We got contacted on our way back, so we rushed over there.
出場から出場の連続で、レスキューってのも楽じゃないね。
Being on a rescue squad means going from mission to mission. It ain't no cakewalk, that's for sure. Wow. I love it when her lines match up with the accent I gave her.
大変そうですね。
Sounds tough.
いやいや、好きな仕事だからどうってことはないよ。
Nah,
But still, I'm doing this because I like it.
でもジュンさんはどうしてレスキュー隊に入ったんですか？
But, Joan, what made you decide to enlist in a rescue squad to begin with? Oh, God, I just touched on your backstory, didn't I? That's a long and tragic story, and I can't tell y'all right now.
女性でレスキュー隊員になるのってすっごく大変だと思うんですけど。
I think it must be super tough for a girl to be a rescue squad member. How? June pondered that question for a moment before answering.
こんなこと言ったら笑われそうだけど。
Well, don't laugh, but
私さ、ヒーローになりたかったんだよね。
I guess it's because I want to be a hero.
ヒーロー
A hero? I will always take see, like, this is exactly what I mean. I will always take an opportunity to get more Mashiro points.
子供の頃からの憧れでさ。
Yeah, I've always looked up to them ever since I was a kid. Moon Prism Power! Woo! Oh my God, Joan! We are besties if we were in the same generation. Hell yeah, Mashiro. Natsuko found himself intrigued by her words.
Someone's actually living my childhood dream.
Oh my God, that was his childhood dream. Wow. Natsuko himself has wished to be that sort of person at one point. And so did Mashiro.
わかります。私も子供の頃は大好きなこの街を守ろうと胸の中で誓ったりしました。
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. When I was a kid, I too swore to myself that I'll protect this town I so dearly love. But I have badass psychic powers now, so I can actually do it.
見どころあるよそりゃ。ここ卒業したら消防学校入るといいよ。
Y'all got promise, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what. Once you graduate from here, y'all should enlist in a firefighter academy.
でも珍しいですね。ヒロインじゃなくてヒーローに憧れるなんて。
I mean, y'all are splitting hairs at this point.
But that's kind of rare, isn't it? A girl wanting to become a hero instead of a heroine?
I mean, come on, it's the same thing, really.
いやー、私ってば子供の頃からなんつうか男勝りでね。
Well, to be honest, ever since I was a kid, I've been something of a tomboy.
誰かに助けられるヒロインより誰かを助けるヒーローになりたいって思っててさ。
I always wanted to be the hero who saves people, instead of the heroine who needs to be saved. As I said, Moon Prism Power!
で、ヒーローを目指すならやっぱレスキュー隊かなってさ。
So, I thought if I wanted to be a real-life hero, I guess a rescue worker would be the closest thing.
ヒーローの定義とかって難しいけど、人の命を救うってのは間違いなく正しいことだしね。
It's kind of tough to define exactly what a hero is, but saving people's lives is pretty damn heroic, I'd say.
はい、そう思います。
Yeah, I think so too!
命より大切な宝物なんてどこにもないですもんね。
There ain't nothing more valuable than the treasure of life!
お、あんたいい子だね。よしよし。
Oh, you're such a good girl! There. Mashiro smiled as June patted on her head.
These two kind of seem like they're on the same wavelength.
Nothing else. Both June and Mashiro seem to enjoy helping people. As Natsuko pondered the similarity, June continued.
まあ、シリウスに入るような人は多かれ少なかれそんな感じなんじゃないかな。
Well, to be honest, pretty much everyone who joins Sirius is kind of like that, I guess.
実際うちの隊も給料安いわ仕事きついわなのになりたがる人は後を絶たないからね。
Pays low and the job's hard, and yet there's no end to those who want to join nonetheless. I see, GX. Okay. So in Japan, the term heroine isn't so much the female equivalent of hero as it is the main love interest. I see. And June associating with damsel in distress. I see. Okay.
そういえば他にも女性の方がいましたね。
Now that I think about it, there was another female member, wasn't there?
ああ、あれうちの副隊長ね。
Yeah, that's our lieutenant.
あの人はすごいよ。どんな危険な現状にも平然と飛び込んでいって完璧に任務をこなすパーフェクトウーマンなんだよ。
And she's amazing. No matter how dangerous the situation is, she calmly leaps in and gets the job done flawlessly. She's a perfect woman. Hell yeah.
それもかっこいい。
Oh, that's cool too.
副隊長さんがそうだったら隊長さんはどんな人ですか？
If the lieutenant's like that, then what's the captain like?
ああ、隊長？隊長は
Oh, the captain. Well, the captain's a little, June made a slightly bitter face at that thought.
隊長さんは
A little what?
まさか何か問題でも？
Wait, don't tell me there's something wrong with him.
いやとんでもない。あの人も超優秀なんだけど。
No, not at all. He's a super elite too, but...
ただ性格がちょっとクールすぎるっていうかドライっていうか
He's just a little bit too cool-headed for me. Kinda dry too, he's not my type. Even Natsuko and Mashiro could tell she was struggling to find the right words.
Does his personality clash with June's, maybe?
As soon as he pondered that possibility, June looked at her watch and spoke up.
おっとやばい。もうこんな時間か。
Whoa! Would you look at the time?
まさかお急ぎでした？
Oh, were you busy?
実は今日は仕事できてるんだよ。防災指導のためにさ。
Actually, I came here for work. Oh, there's a typo here. Here. There's a typo here. Here's some disaster prevention guidance, see?
そうだったんですか？お時間取らせてすみません。
Oh, is that so? I'm sorry for taking up your time.
ああ、いいの。こっちも話せて嬉しかったよ。
Oh, shucks, it's okay. I had fun talking with y'all. I will never turn down a chance to get Mashiro points.
まあ何かあったらすぐに呼んでね。ほんじゃね。
Well, don't hesitate to call if something happens. Later! With that, June waved her hand and left. Mashiro muttered as she watched her leave.
ああ、かっこよかった。
She was so cool! Mashiro's face lit up in admiration. Natsuko reflected on the conversation June and Mashiro had just had.
There's nothing more valuable than the treasure of life, huh? Now that I think about it, I might have said something like that long ago.
How long ago was the question? I'm guessing this is an unoptional scene right here. As if unlocked by the heat of the moment, another door in Natsuko's memories open wide. Another man's treasure. After Mashiro and Natsuko decided to keep serious at the park, they would take care of him enthusiastically. Oh yeah, this is totally leading to something between them. I can tell. If we keep getting these Mashiro scenes, because they're all flashbacks, we're gonna freaking get a Yakusoku. Promise. I bet. I desperately want that. Oh my god. Same Burn Castle. I'm really looking forward to see what Watase will be like. Pre-amnesia Watase, like pre-amnesia Doctor in Arc Knights. They would take care of him enthusiastically. When Yuri learned about the situation, she also worked hard to help out. In the end, Sirius didn't go hungry, which is a big relief for Natsuko. But that relief would not continue for long. One day, about a month after they started keeping serious, Yuri gave Natsuko and Mashiro an ominous warning.
聞いた二人とも
Hey guys, haven't you heard?
何が
Had what?
近頃ね保健所って人たちが野良犬狩りをしてるんだって
Well, recently healthcare people have been running up stray dogs.
野良犬狩り
Running up stray dogs?
あのね町の美化計画の一環で野良犬をみんな捕まえちゃおうって
Well, they say that's because they're a town beautification project. So they have to gather every last stray dog.
捕まったらどうなるの
What happens to those dogs?
殺されちゃうって
They say they get put down. Oh, crap!
Hello, Anthony. Welcome to the stream. What do I think of Ukita? Oh my god, what do I think of Ukita? Jeez. Oh my god. I think he's definitely not the main villain. I think he's actually being used by whoever the mastermind is. But he can be an asshole for sure. Anthony. Natsuko and Mashiro's body shook at those words.
シリウス
Serious. Natsuko and Mashiro ran through the park. Yuri stayed put since they told her it was dangerous.
シリウスシリウス
Serious! Serious!
Mashiro shouted every which way. She feared that perhaps he had already been taken away at the very next moment.
Woof!
Sirius came flying out of the woods.
シリウス
Sirius!
よかった
Oh, thank goodness!
Mashiro sighed in relief.
でもいつかは保健所に見つかっちゃうよな
But you know, soon enough, the healthcare center will find him. Even a child Natsuko's age could imagine that. The stray dog roundup was happening all across the city, so no matter where he went, he'd be found eventually. That's some internet lingo I have not yet deciphered. It's a brand new phrase, the whole ratio thing. I don't... Someday I will look that up. I think it's only like a few weeks old. Or rather, popularized only a few weeks old, but God, I gotta look up what that is eventually because people keep saying it. I mean, not to me, but like randomly. The stray dog roundup was happening all across the city, so no matter where he went, he'd be found eventually.
お母さんとかに言えば何とかしてくれるかな
Do you think if I ask mom or someone, we can figure something out?
Oh. But they'd been keeping him in the park because no one could take him in. Even if they had made him a collar or a doghouse, the adult would see Sirius as nothing but a stray. But even so, they couldn't just abandon him still.
いやマシロ
No, Mashiro.
僕らでシリウスを助けよう
Let's save Sirius ourselves. Mashiro gulped as Natsuko said that.
そうしたいのは私も同じだけど
want to too, but
でもどうすればいいの？
but how?
それを今から考えるんだよ。
That's what we need to stop planning out.
シリウスを見捨てるなんて絶対あっちゃいけないんだ。
We could never ever give up and just abandon Sirius.
命より大切な宝物なんてどこにもないんだから。
Because there's nothing more valuable than the treasure of life. That was another line Natsuko stole from a hero he was obsessed with at the time. I thought so. But it seemed to have resonated inside Mashiro's heart.
だよね。
The sure isn't.
私たちがどうにかしないとシリウスが死んじゃうもんね。
We gotta do something or Sirius will die. Alright?
その通りだ。
Exactly. Natsuko and Mashiro nodded at each other and then looked to Sirius.
シリウス、必ず僕らが助けてやるからな。
Sirius, we swear we'll save you. And back to here, yeah. Natsuko remembered the serious expression on Mashiro's face back then. It didn't seem like Mashiro changed one bit since those days. Mashiro's grown and become more feminine in some regards, but I guess she's still the same as she always was. She would abide by her own kindness at all costs. As long as her conscience told her to do so, she'd go through any danger at all. As long as her conscience told her to do so, she'd go through any danger at all. Oh, I see. Okay, that's what ratio. I just looked up what ratio means. It's basically, okay, it's the ratio between likes and replies on a Twitter post. I see. Basically saying if something is unpopular. I see. So Ukita is unpopular. There we go. Now I know what that means forever. As long as her conscience told her to do so, she'd go through any danger at all. So perhaps it's only natural she admired June so much for working hard and earnestly with that same goal even as an adult. As Natsuko reminisced, Salyu interrupted by tugging at his sleeve.
二人とも
Guys.
そろそろ行かない？昼休みが過ぎてゆく。
Can we go now? Lunch break's gonna end.
ああ。
Oh.
When he looked at his watch, Natsuko realized that there were 40 minutes left of lunch break.
ごめんごめん。お腹減ってたんだよね。
My bad. You must be hungry, right?
時期限界。
Near my limit.
それじゃ屋上行こうか。
Okay, how about we head to the roof? Let's see the exciting conclusion to that love story.
Hell yeah!
The three of them hurried up the stairs. Ooh, the man from Labo. Lunch break ended and thus the first afternoon class began. God damn it! They didn't show what happened. It was a special lecture from a visiting guest. Not that guest lectures were all that rare. Rokume Academy actively contacted outside research institutions and enterprises for industry academic cooperation. And the guest lecturer of the day was someone Natsuko knew very well.
はじめまして。原子力
Oh,
生物
speak of
学
the
機
devil.
構第六研究所の研究員浮田啓二です。
Good afternoon. I am a researcher at the 6th Laboratory of Atomic and Biological Organization. Keiji Ukita is my name.
Indeed, Ukita was a staff member at Lavo, just like Natsuko's mother. He was the guest lecturer today. Ukita seemed a little awkward. Oh, after school, not during lunch. I see. Thank you, GAs. So that the confession takes place after school. Thank you. I was confused because I thought they were heading to the roof to see what happened. Ukita seemed a little awkward and unaccustomed to giving lectures. That's kind of weird for a scientist. You have to give presentations all the fucking time. But appeared to be in good health at least. Mashiro whispered gently into Natsuko's ear from the next seat.
おじさんのあの事故の怪我大したことなかったみたいだね。
Hey, I guess Mr. Okita's injuries from the accident weren't all that bad, huh?
そうみたいだな。安心したよ。
Seemed like it. Oh, too bad. I mean, that's a relief, huh?
That said, it was quite unfortunate he had to fulfill an extra work duty like this right after an accident. Really, Guppy Forest? Well, that's odd. Well, that's a goddamn shame, Guppy Forest. That was one of my favorite parts of when I worked in science. I loved giving presentations. And people seemed to like it when I did. Ukita himself seemed a little uneasy about Natsuko and Mashiro's glances as he began to strain himself to speak.
今日はですね、原子力科学についての講義をしに来ました。
Let's see. Well, today I'm here to talk to you kids about nuclear power.
これはこの町の住人として知っておかねばならない知識ですね。
This is important information that everyone living in the city should know.
Nuclear power. Yeah, totally nuclear power. That's totally something happening in Rokume City. 100 billion%. The topic was even part of Rokume Academy's peculiar curriculum. But Natsuko was so bad at this subject as he was with BC. What is Natsuko good at? I forget.
It's not like I can learn to like it.
I forget, actually. What is Natsuko good at? But Ukita came all the way out here for a guest lecture. So Natsuko thought that he might as well try to listen seriously for once today.
原子力科学というものを学ぶ上で、まず知らなくてはならないのが放射能の恐ろしさですね。
When studying nuclear energy, one thing that one must first learn is the dreadfulness of radioactivity.
もう半世紀近くも前になりますが、ロシアのチェルノブイリ原発で起きた事故の話は皆さんも聞いたことがあるでしょう。
It may have happened nearly a half century ago, but you've all probably heard of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant disaster in Ukraine.
人類史上最大の人災。今でもあの事故はそのように呼ばれています。
It's still known today as the greatest man-made disaster in recorded history.
He said he's good at everything but BC, but then he also said he's bad at nuclear subject as well. So, you know, nuclear science. So, and surely that's a book subject. They're not playing with radioactive material, I should hope. Especially in fucking high school. Ukita spoke in a bitter voice.
あの事故の概要は、当時その発電所で使用されていた原子炉が メルトダウン。
Essentially, what happened is that in that incident at the power plant's nuclear reactor melted down.
つまり炉心誘拐の後爆発し10トンにも及ぶ放射性物質がまき散らされたというものです。
Basically, the reactor core suffered a meltdown and subsequently exploded, spreading as much as 10 tons of radioactive material all over the place.
これは広島型原爆の500倍の量に及び、それによる死者は膨大な数に上りました。
It was the equivalent of 500 of the atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima, causing enormous casualties.
近隣の住民や事故処理に当たった消防士など3000人が死亡、そしてその後も増え続けました。
Oh, GAs, thank you. When he said he's... Okay, I misunderstood. When he said he's bad with nuclear energy in BC, it means he's uncomfortable with them, not that he's poor at the subject. Thank you, GAs. I was confused. I totally read that the wrong way. Thank you, GAs, for the clarification.
The residents in the vicinity and the firefighters sent to handle the accident were hit with the hardest. Over 3,000 of them died, and the number only rose after that.
最終的な死者数は今となっては分かりませんが、数十万人にも及ぶとさえ言われております。
Even to this day, we don't know exactly how many died, but the number is estimated to be in the hundreds of thousands.
Okita's voice gradually intensified, filling the classroom with tension.
かくも多くの死者を生んだ原因はやはり放射性物質にあります。
The reason there were so many deaths is definitely linked to the radioactive material.
死の灰とも呼ばれるそれは爆発と火災により空に舞い上がって雨とともに降り注ぎました。
From the explosions and fires came what we call atomic dust, which proceeded to float up into the sky, then fall back down to Earth with rain.
これが実に恐ろしいのです。ただの爆発事故ではなく、悪影響が広範に広がるという点が。
And this is the truly terrifying part. It was not limited to just an ordinary explosion. The devastating effects spread out to the surrounding regions.
それを浴びた人々は重篤にして致命的な症状を発します。神経障害、脳機能障害、遺伝子異常、そしてがん。
The people soaked in the tainted rain developed severe fatal symptoms, neurological disorders, brain dysfunctions, genetic abnormalities, and cancer.
Natsuko gulped as Okita continued.
九段の原発のあった町はそれまで極めて豊かで先進的な都市だったのですが、
With its own nuclear power plant, the city was once a luxuriously wealthy metropolis.
一夜にして人の住めない土地となり、12万の住人が移住を余儀なくされました。
But overnight, that very power plant made the city an inhospitable wasteland. All 120,000 residents were forced to evacuate.
汚染の影響は今もまだ続き、安全な土地に戻るまであと900年かかると言われています。
Yep, effectively for the foreseeable future. Like indefinitely. 900 years, God only knows what kind of technology mankind will have, whether it's space colonies or sticks and stones.
The effects of the pollution continue to this day, and it is said that the area will remain unsafe for another 900 years.
As Okita continued, a solemn silence spread throughout the classroom.
さて、我がラボにも研究用の原子炉があります。
With that out of the way, we at Labo also have a nuclear reactor for research purposes. We totally do. Do not even doubt for a single second that we have one.
万が一それがメルトダウンし、放射性物質が飛散したら、この町でも同様のことが起きる可能性が。
In the off chance that there's a meltdown and the radioactive material spreads, there's a possibility that the very same thing could happen to this town.
Those words sparked tension in the room. But Okita soon continued.
と心配する人も多いでしょうが、 それは絶対にあ
What
り
the
えません。
hell, man? What the fuck are you doing?
Or at least that's what a lot of people fear. But that will definitely never happen.
That sounds like something I would say as a fucking parody. What the fuck?
そもそもチェルノブイリ原発は非常にずさんな運営体制が取られており、事故もそれによって起こったのです。
First of all, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant actually existed, and had a extremely careless management structure, which was what allowed the accident to even happen.
しかし、ラボには不測の事態に対応するシステムが幾重にもわたり完備されています。
But Labo is layer upon layer of perfected systems to counter any unforeseen circumstance.
Isn't that what they say right before in the beginning of an action movie? Before the things happen and the people break in? Oh god, I hope not, GAs. That would be horrible. And with that, Ukita fiddled with the PC in hand, upon which the screen displayed an image of Labo.
我がラボにはあらゆる災害に対応するシステムが完備されています。
We at Labo have a perfected system to deal with every sort of disaster imaginable.
事故やトラブルを防ぐため、原子炉はスーパーコンピューターにより常に監視・制御されており、
The nuclear reactor's surveillance control is continually managed by a supercomputer, protecting it from any accident or malfunction.
さらに万が一そのスパコンがダウンした際にも、地上フロアの遠隔制御室から原子炉の緊急停止などがいつでも可能です。
And in the unlikely event of the supercomputer failing, emergency shutdown of the nuclear reactor is possible from the remote control room on the surface floor.
加えて3つの原子炉制御システムと3系統計60の予備電源が非常時の対応を保証。
Oh god, no, Void Dweller. That's one thing you never ever do in a real scientific presentation, is to joke, like and like say things that aren't true. You never do. You can like say things in a lighthearted way and describe things in a lighthearted way, you know, just to you know, so people can, you know, to just lift the mood, because often scientific presentations can be quite dry. But you never ever lie in a scientific presentation. That is an immediate way to get yourself fucking kicked out. That's a no-no. Void Dweller. So yeah, you don't make parody presentations. Yeah. Like basically, like one like appropriate joke to make during a scientific presentation is when one of my professors was basically saying how they were basically getting this mutation that they had put into one of the lab mice, and they were trying to get this mutation to repeat in further generations of lab mice. So they put the same mouse into cages upon different cages of female mice over and over and over and over again. And he said by the end of it, that mouse looked like this. And he was like, the mouse was like lying on his back, exhausted. Like, that's an appropriate joke to make, because, you know, you're not saying anything false. You're just like, you know, saying a silly observation about the circumstances of the experiment. That's true, Verncastle. Well, Ukita has always been cocky regarding the Labo system. Definitely, yep. Absolutely.
Furthermore, 3 nuclear reactor control systems with 6-fold reserve energy guarantee emergency support.
防火防災システムはもちろん、侵入者を防ぐ警備体制も万全。
Nothing like that, Void Dweller. I forgot that the word mutation means something different to the general public than it does to people versed in genetics. Jeez.
In addition to the firefighting and disaster prevention systems, we also have flawless defense systems to prevent intrusion.
原子炉自体も地下にありますし、しかも 原子炉のある区画は特に頑強に作られております。
The nuclear reactor itself is underground, and the area where it's contained is made to be particularly rugged.
原子炉周辺で爆発が起ころうと、巨大地震が起きようと、飛行機が突っ込んでこようと崩れることはありません。
The reactor area could hit by an explosion, an earthquake, or an airplane crash and still not break.
つまりチェルノブイリの二の鉄を踏むことは絶対にありえないのです。
In other words, a repeat of the Chernobyl disaster will never, ever happen again.
生徒の皆さん、どうかご安心ください。我がラボでは事故など起きないようになっていますのでね。
So please rest assured, kids, we at Labo will not cause any sort of accident, okay?
Oh god. Famous last words here, dude. Yukita looked around the classroom as he spoke. An air of relief filled the class. Upon which, Mashiro timidly raised a question.
浮田先生
Mr. Professor Rokita?
それでも事故が起きたらどうなるんでしょう
What if an accident still manages to happen?
と申しますと、事故が起きたときはどう対応するのかということですか？
May I take that to mean when an accident does happen, how do we handle it?
Yes, yes, Chase! The It's Always Sunny theme plays. A repeat of the Chernobyl accident occurs. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh wait, no, that's the freaking wrong theme. Oh god.
そうです。昔国内でも大きな事故があったと聞きますので。
Yeah. I've heard that large-scale accidents have happened in the past, even here in this country.
なるほどですね。ではご説明します。
I think she's talking about the tsunamis. That was a couple of decades, like I think a couple of years ago, if not like a decade ago, I think.
I see. Allow me to explain then.
Yukita used the PC to display a different image on the screen.
まず昔と今では建屋の施工技術も安全基準も格段に高くなっております。
First of all, modern facility construction technology and safety standards have advanced considerably compared to the past.
ラボ内の壁、床などは無論、普段から放射性物質が漏れ出さないよう設計されていますが、
Labo's interior walls and floors are, of course, designed to block out the leakage of radioactive material by nature. But
Oh wow, that disaster actually happened shortly before Root Devil released. Oh, that's really interesting, Guppy Force. That happened during the production of the game. Oh wow, yeah, that's what I was thinking of, Fukushima. Thank you, Guppy Force and GACE, yeah.
designed to block out the leakage of radioactive material by nature, but
万が一の事態が発生した際には自動的に放射能漏洩防止システムが作動。
They almost canceled it. Oh wow, Guppy Force, seriously. Well, I think the reason why they didn't cancel it is because there was no actual nuclear stuff happening. It was all the psychic power stuff, so. Wow, I can't believe with all this work and money. Although I guess it makes sense, but it's a good thing that the nuclear stuff isn't actually real in this game. Like, not even within the universe, I mean.
in the unlikely event a leak occurs, the automatic radiation leakage prevention system activates.
無数に設置された隔壁やゲートが閉鎖され、放射性物質の拡散を完全にシャットアウトします。
I wonder why we're learning this specific. It's not like we're gonna use this information in a couple of days. Several bulkheads and gates are installed that lock down to completely shut out the scattering of radioactive material.
さらに自動通報システムにより直ちに所轄の消防署に通報が入り、
Furthermore, the automatic reporting system tips that the local fire station post haste,
消防士及びレスキュー隊が即座に出動し、事故処理と人命救助を行う決まりになっているのです。
allowing for the immediate dispatch of firefighters and a rescue squad to contain the accident and save lives.
レスキュー隊
A rescue squad! Oh my god! Mashiro's expression stiffened. She was probably thinking of June.
大丈夫なんですか？チェルノブイリの時には消防士さんが大勢亡くなったんでしょ？
But would they be okay? Lots of firefighters passed away in Chernobyl, didn't they?
当時は核に対する理解が足りず、装備も乏しかった時代ですからね。でも今は違いますよ。
You see, in those days, they lacked sufficient knowledge and equipment to properly deal with nuclear accidents. But the situation's different now.
我が市のレスキュー隊は NBC 災害に対する訓練も積んでおりますので、
Our city's rescue squad is trained to handle NBC disasters, after all.
NBC 災害って何ですか？
What are NBC disasters? I don't watch cable TV anymore. I just use Netflix and the internet.
NBC とはニュークリア、バイオロジカル、ケミカルの頭文字を取ったもので、
NBC stands for Nuclear, Biological, and Chemical.
核、細菌、そして化学物質による災害の総称です。
So it's a general term for disasters, dealing with dangerous radioactivity, microbes, and all chemical substances.
我々のラボで災害が起きた場合は N、つまり核による災害ということになります。
If we at Lava were to experience a disaster, it'd be an N disaster. That is a nuclear disaster.
レスキュー隊の装備には強力な放射線を防ぐ防護服が配備されています。
Our rescue squad is equipped with protection suits that defend against strong radiation when they deploy.
また少々の被爆状態であれば体内の放射性物質を無効化、体外に排出できる薬もありまして、
Also, if those in the facility become in danger of radioactive exposure, we also have a drug that can nuclearize radioactive material and expel it from the body. It's called Alone Desire.
Oh, really?
Seriously, that sounds like a bloody prophylactic. Look, I didn't name the thing, okay?
これらの装備は我がラボで研究開発され、極めて高い救命性を実現しております。
These items are the fruit of Labo's research and development, and are extremely effective at life saving.
Ukita continued with a considerable force behind his voice.
しかし、これらはすべてあくまで保険です。
However, all of these things are available as insurance. Nothing more.
我がラボはチェルノブイリなどの教訓を生かし、起きた事故に対応する方法以上に、
We at Labo have learned from the mistakes of nuclear disasters like Chernobyl, and rather than handling accidents that occur,
事故を起こさないよう予防することに全力を注いでいます。
we concentrate our efforts more on heavily on preventing accidents from ever occurring.
先に説明したあらゆる保険はおそらく使われることはありませんよ。永遠にね。
How dare you speak those words?
All of those insurances I've explained will most likely never be need to be used for all eternity.
それなら安心かな。
So everything will be fine? After hearing all of that explanation, an expression of relief rose up on Mashiro's face.
すみません。変な質問して。
Sorry for asking a weird question.
いえいえ、不安が取り除けたなら何よりです。
Not at all. If it helped eliminate any uneasiness you had, that's all that matters.
Ukita himself sighed, seemingly in relief before he continued.
ともかく我がラボはそのような体制のもとに原子炉を運用し、様々な研究を行っています。
Anyway, with those systems as our insurance, we at Labo conduct various forms of research using our nuclear reactor.
例えば昨年から始めた研究の内容として、
Oh my god, multiple people. Wow. Let's see. Whose points do I have the least of? I think Yuri points, right? Let's get some Yuri points. I think I should get. Oh, jeez. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Jace. You agreed with me.
For example, one subject of research we began in recent years.
Ukita began talking about research conducted at Lava. It is extremely valuable, Void Dweller. There's a ton of security at research stations, and basically some places, it's so valuable that even the scientists' notebooks are locked up in a safe at the end of the day. Research is a lot of money goes into research, and they make sure it's kept safe. So yeah, definitely Void Dweller. But Natsuko was completely inattentive. He couldn't get his mind off the safety measures Ukita had talked about.
They better have improved their safety measures.
Are we gonna finally get some flashback? That's the thought that came to mind. Yes, I got the Yuri point. And then he suddenly thought about Yuri was waiting at home.
Never again should that happen.
Whenever he thought about Labo, he would worry about Yuri. It was something of a conditioned reflex that had sunk deeply into his mind for years and years. Natsuko looked to the sky outside the window. The sky had been clear just a while ago, but dark clouds had covered it before he had noticed.
Oh, that's a little depressing.
Natsuko shook off that feeling and refocused on Ukita's lecture. Eventually, the 2 hours of that special lecture including a break, came to a smooth close. I do think, yeah, I agree, it's possible that he thinks he's a legitimate nuclear scientist, although the biggest hole in that is, how on earth are they doing these, quote unquote, if it's all on the up and up, if he really does think he's doing nuclear science, how could they fake having a reactor for all these low-level scientists? Like, they'd have to fake it, right? Because the whole reason they're there is they're doing an experiment. Like, do they have some kind of super AI? Like, does the psychic, like, generator, like produce enough information energy to totally fake that there's a reactor there, so much so that they can, these scientists that are there just for show, apparently, are able to just use it for experiments, and they can be none the wiser? That's the whole, I think, in that, like, to me, because there'd be so much theater even within that, even within Labo itself, within all their security in the sublevels. They even have scientists who think they're there doing research when they're actually not. That seems like a colossal waste of money. Like, unless they're somehow faking the data. Like, But surely they would catch on. Surely not all of them, at least hopefully not all of them. Hopefully none of them would be that corrupt to purposefully use completely bogus data in their nuclear experiments. Since there's no actual reactor there. Like, that's the part that I don't quite get. If indeed Ukita is on the up and up, and he truly doesn't know that there's no reactor. Like, how on earth would they fake something like that? Yeah, but they would need to have access to, like, fake to things about the reactor, like information about it, and like so they can fake results for the scientists. If Ukita is truly unaware that it's all a ruse, then so are the other scientists at his level, right? And there's a ton of them, so they need like some kind of artificial intelligence capable of feeding them fake data for a reactor that's not there. And that just seems like a huge waste. Eventually, the 2 hours of special lecture, including a break, came to a smooth close.
それでは講義は終了です。生徒の皆さん、お疲れ様でした。
That's all I have for the lecture. Thank you for paying attention, students.
And with that, Ukita left the classroom. As Natsuko stretched out wide, Mashiro spoke up.
ねえ夏彦、ちょっとおじさんに挨拶してこよう。
Hey Natsuko, let's go greet Mr. Ukita! You know that guy who freaking gave you an ominous warning, a premonition for no fucking reason?
ああ、そうだな。
Huh? Oh, right.
Now that I thought about it, Natsuko did remember something he wanted to ask Ukita.
わかった。ちょっとサリはここで待ってな。
Okay, sit tight for a second, Salyu.
Mashiro and Natsuko left Salyu in the classroom as they followed Ukita out. I mean, that's true. They could make up database in other reactors, but what would be the purpose of having so much theater, even within the secure confines of their facility? Like, why have that? Even the fake facility, like fake studies, they could have them doing something else. So, because I could picture it if they were in on it. If it just seems more likely that, like, he's in on the fact that there's no reactor, and he's doing this just for shits and giggles. Like, he's getting paid to keep his mouth shut and send out these bogus nuclear science reports while he's doing his true work on the psychic energy reactor thing. That seems more likely than like there being this whole elaborate fake system to dupe like so many intelligent people into thinking that there's a reactor there when there actually isn't. When they got into the hallway, they caught sight of him walking away.
お疲れ様です、浮田先生。
Good job, Professor Ukita.
おお、夏彦君に真城君か。どうしたんだね。
Oh, Natsuko, Mashiro. Anything I can help you with?
講義についてのクレームなら勘弁してくれたまえよ。何も慣れないものでね。
See, that to me is so weird. That he's not accustomed to giving presentations, because that's something they absolutely drill into you as a graduate student. Like, presentations are something you have to set up and give all the time. We take turns even presenting research papers to each other, even if not from our own research. They called it Journal Club. And everybody spent some time just presenting different scientific research papers to each other in an effort to achieve better understanding throughout the group.
If you have complaints about the lecture, please forgive me. It's not something I'm particularly accustomed to.
そんなんじゃないですよ。
No, it's not like that at all.
あの事故の後、無事だったのか気になって、あばらが痛いって言ってたから。
We were just worried if you were okay after the accident. You said your rib cage hurt after all.
お気遣いありがとう。だが病院でレントゲンを取ったら何事もなかったよ。
Thanks for your concern. However, they took an X-ray at the hospital and everything looked okay.
事故を口実に2日も仕事を休めたから、むしろありがたかったくらいさ。
I'm actually almost grateful since I was able to use the accident as an excuse to take 2 days off from work.
よかった。心配しちゃいましたよ。
Thank goodness, I was so worried. Natsuko cut in as Mashiro sighed in relief.
ところで、おじさん。
By the way, Mr. Keeter, just what the hell was up with that frickin' ominous frickin' words that you gave me?
なんだね。
What is it?
あの事故の時、これから僕の身の回りでおかしなことが起きるかもしれないって言ってましたよね。
After the incident, you said that strange things might start happening to me, didn't you? What the hell did you mean by that?
Peter's expression stiffened at those words.
そういえば。
Now that you mention it.
ああ、確かに言ったね。
Yes, I did indeed say that, didn't I?
あれってどういう意味だったんですか？
No, he probably will get paid for it because he's probably a salaried employee. For a dweller. He's definitely not hourly.
What did you mean by that? Yes, well...
Yeah, what did you mean by that? After a short pause, Akita spoke in a subdued voice.
いや、実はだね。これはあくまで噂なんだ。
Well, actually, this is nothing more than hearsay, but...
近頃、コミュニケーターを疎ましく思っている輩がこの町で増えているらしいんだ。
There's apparently been an increase in those that harbor anti-communicator sentiments in town lately.
Why would you even come here if you hated communicators?
え？
Huh?
そんな、六名士は BC の研究を奨励しているんじゃ。
No way! But Rokume said he's supposed to encourage PC research.
それを快く思わない人間もいないわけじゃないということだよ。
It's not as if everybody shares that sentiment, though.
街中であんなに強力なテレパシーを不特定多数に発したんだ。
Natsuko used such powerful mass on target telepathy in the middle of town.
僕の友人の話によれば、1キロほど離れた場所でも、あの離れろという声は聞こえた。
Whoa! Natsuhiko is super badass.
According to a friend of mine, they could apparently hear that get away from there, from as far as a kilometer away.
1キロも？
A kilometer?
そうとも。あのテレパシーを BC 嫌いの輩が聞きつけ、君に目をつけたらと思うと、不意に心配になってね。
Indeed. I was worried that if some of the BC haters had heard that telepathy, they might harm you.
そうだったんですか。
So that's what it was. No need to scare me half to death, with ominous warnings.
Natsuko shuddered a bit at the unexpected answer. Outside of the school, use of BC was prohibited by city ordinance. They were taught the reasoning behind the ordinance was for manners, so that they wouldn't surprise other people.
Perhaps the real reason was so as not to provoke the townspeople.
どうしよう。私何日か前バス止めるためにテレパシー使っちゃいました。
Oh no! A few days ago I used telepathy to stop a bus too!
そういえばあれも不特定多数にだったな。
Now that you mention it, there was a mass on targeted telepathy too. That was.
いや、落ち着きたまえ。あくまで強力なテレパシーだったらの場合だよ。
Oh no, calm down, you two. It's only dangerous in the case of powerful telepathy.
普通のコミュニケーターの普通のテレパシーなら
Here
そ
we
んな問題は
go!
ないだろう。
Finding out Natsuko is a fucking Super Saiyan.
Normal telepathy from normal communicators shouldn't be that much of an issue.
大声で叫ぶのとさほど変わりはしないからね。
It's not that much more of a nuisance than shouting really loudly, after all.
そうですか。よかった。
I say! Oh, thank goodness!
とはいえ、やはり用心するに越したことはないよ。特に夏彦君は。
I said it still would not to be careful. Especially you, Natsuko.
どうだい夏彦君。あの後テレパシーをしばしば使ったりはしてないだろう。
So, Natsuko, you haven't been recklessly using telepathy after that, have you?
ああ、いえ。あれから一度も使えてません。というかあれは何かのまぐれだったようです。
No, actually. I haven't been able to use it once ever since. The one time was more like a fluke than anything.
あ、そうか。それなら心配はないかもね。
I see. Maybe there's no need to worry then.
His expression relaxed and he continued.
まあ取り越し苦労だとは思うが、一応心に留めておいてくれたまえ。
Oh well, I think I might just be needlessly worrying, but still keep it in mind.
それでは僕はラボに戻るよ。本業が残っているのでね。
Now then, I'll be heading back to Labo. So got some of my real work to do.
はい。ありがとうございます。
Okay, thank you.
お疲れ様でした。
Good job with the lecture! I don't know what voice to give her. Mashiro, all day, every day, right there. Oh, good job with the lecture! I forgot that was Mashiro. Oh my god, my eyes are starting to droop out. God damn it. Ukita waved his hand at Natsuko and Mashiro's farewell as he left the hallway.
なんとなく不吉な話だな。
Now that was seriously kind of ominous.
Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day a bit early today. I'm getting a bit sleepy. And I'm trying to take care of myself. Man, this is a long day in the game. Remember when we could last an entire day in the game in one episode? Like, wow. Oh my god, you guys. We will continue this on Tuesday. And thank you so much for joining me. More Umineko Tsubasa on Sunday, by the way. So thank you all so much for joining me. Until next time, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.